Brandon Graves, one of the stars of Buying Beverly Hills on Netflix, is here. Well, first timer to the Sarah Fraser show.
Yes.
Hello.
Hi, thank you for having me. What's up, Sarah?
You know what? All is well. All is well. And, I just discovered that you too are a podcaster.
I am. I started my show, basically Brandon, maybe about 6 months ago. I wanted to use it as an opportunity, to dish, you see me on our show, but there's a lot more that I have to say that you don't necessarily get to hear. So I wanted to, expand on my thoughts. That's what it's for.
I love it. Yeah. And 6 months, how do you like being a podcaster?
I like it. I like sharing it with my audience. I'm always surprised when people tell me that they're listening because I feel like I'm talking to myself half the time. I'm like, oh, shit, that's me. Can you shut that?
I
feel like I'm talking to myself half the time, but people actually listen, so that's cool.
Isn't it amazing,
Yeah.
like the power of podcasting? How many people are out there and and then connect with your stuff? Because you're right.
Yeah.
Sometimes it feels as though, am I talking to any? Is this mic on?
Is anybody hearing me? Yeah.
So what made you decide to do a podcast? I think that's great.
I have a lot to say. I love hot topics. I love pop culture, and I want to weigh in too. And I want to further expound on. I want to share more of myself that you don't get to see on our show, and expand on where I come from, and and how I arrived here. I didn't just show up here overnight. It's been a journey.
I know, and you only do get to see tiny snippets of that on the show. And I was going to ask you about that, but wait, I like the topics on your podcast. Like what you had, Where is Wendy Williams? Mm-hmm. What did you think? What did you think of that documentary?
I still need to see the last two parts, but heartbreaking. Heartbreaking. I used to watch Wendy every single day. Her before show, her after show. I was in it. She's such a gift.
I know.
She's such a professional. To just sit in that chair for 20 minutes and just speak to camera, no notes. Well, she probably had a teleprompter, but she just like sharing herself. And
I know.
And she was so honest. Even though sometimes, we didn't always like what she was saying, but those were her thoughts. And she was given that platform to do that. And to see how everything has turned out, people taking advantage of her, and to see her in that state, it's just hard. It was tough.
Isn't it heartbreaking?
Yeah.
You work so hard, you make all those millions of dollars, and there she was kind of alone. I know. It's just so heartbreaking. You see somebody on TV, you think, oh, they're great, that life is so good, and you thought she was so amazing, and now will we ever see her back to that capacity ever again?
I don't know. I just want her to be well. I want her to be sober.
I know.
I just want her to be well.
Joan Rivers to me. Like Joan Rivers was the other one the day we lost her, because they were just two voices that it's so hard to find people that really just don't give a fuck, and go out there and they don't care and they're willing to sever relationships.
Exactly that.
That takes a big person to do that. Oh, God. By the way, you're in a business of relationships, so, that's...
I can't do that. Yeah.
I'm sure you'd like to fry so many of your clients, but I know. Here we are,
Just
right?
keep it moving.
Keep it moving.
Yeah.
Obviously, Buying Beverly Hills, huge hit season 2, even more so than season 1.
Yes.
How did you get cast for this show?
Okay, so I'll try to make this quick. Okay.
Give us the abbreviated
It's a lot.
version.
I'll give you the clip notes.
Okay.
Okay, so I transitioned into real estate full time during the pandemic. I was working for Kevin Stewart, who you see on the show with me.
Yes.
I was working as his assistant initially. I was shadowing him, and then I started to do my own deals within 6 months of being his assistant. The show comes around, like there's a bulletin email that goes around to the entire company. We have this opportunity for a show. If you want to do it, submit yourself in your office space, and send it here. I'm like, I'm new. I don't have any. I'm barely here myself. This is a huge company. This is a top firm. I'm new. What do they want me for? So I didn't submit myself. Kevin, a bunch of other people did, or I'm pretty sure most of the companies submitted themselves for it. I did not. I ended up getting a call from Jane, who's Mauricio's assistant, because I would see her in the office after hours while I was, doing administrative tasks. So we got pretty close, and she ended up calling me one day. She says, we're doing this show, right? Yeah, I've heard about it. I've heard about it. Would you be interested? I said, well, I'm just an assistant. I don't know what story I would be telling. She says, that's exactly what we're looking for. We're looking for people that are new. I said, okay. I agreed to one call with the production company, and I got a call maybe 2 weeks later saying Netflix says if we don't hire you, we're fucking crazy. And here we are. Yeah.
So I know before you got into kind of real estate and assistant, you were a dancer. Like, did you grow up always knowing Did you always have that feeling you would be on TV?
No, I did not. I knew I had a personality. I knew that I had a lot to say. I knew that I had like a light or something, but I didn't know how that was going to manifest or what was going to happen. I hope that something would, but I didn't know how that would manifest.
So never sat out. Never was that guy, you know, in high school and middle school that people were like, all right, he'll be on television. He'll be.
No. I was the underdog. Like I kind of flew under the radar.
I can relate.
Yeah, so if you really knew me, then you understood who I was. But other than that, I'm pretty reserved. Like I'm naturally pretty reserved. So everybody doesn't get that part of me.
Okay, so you get cast, season 1 happens, and then you guys film for season 2, which was obviously much more explosive with everything going on with Mo and Kyle's marriage. How did that explain this to me? Because I think people are feeling, at least I'm feeling as a viewer, is how did you guys get so much of their relationship on your show about real estate and about the family? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because we saw some of it on Beverly Hills, but I was saying this to you before we started. What was wild about it is we actually seemed to find out more about Mo and Kyle on Buying Beverly Hills than we did on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. How did that happen?
I think Kyle has said that they were already done with production by the time all the news that came out, by the time that People magazine article came out. And we were in the middle of shooting our show, so I think that's kind of how we ended up getting more of the story. Yeah.
Did you get to see any of that before it went live? Were you like, okay, fucking ratings gold, here we go?
No, I didn't get to see. Our show came out on Friday. We got to see 2 episodes on Tuesday.
How was it?
Season 1, I didn't get to see anything at all before it went out. I saw nothing. You know how nerve-wracking that is?
Well, yeah, because you don't know what your storyline's going to be.
I have no idea. I mean, it was my first time on TV. I was very new to a position. It was a lot happening, but I just threw myself at it and said, something good's going to come of this, because you don't get these kind of opportunities all the time. But it was very scary. I remember I was at my friend's house and we stayed up until midnight. And I watched like 4 episodes and I went to sleep and said, okay, I released it into the atmosphere. Like, I can't do anything about it. It's out there. But I was still very pleased with season 1 as well.
I always feel that makes the best reality star. Andy Cohen always says Candy Burris is one of his favorites because she never calls about an edit.
Yeah.
She just, whatever happens, happens. And
I was there. Those are my words, and I stand by that. Yeah.
I think you have to
hear me complaining about anything like that.
Yeah. I did hear you say that you're quite close with Sophia, one of Kyle and Mo's daughters. How did that happen? Was that because you'd already worked in the office with them and you knew the family?
I got to know Sophia more in season 2. I got close with Alexia and Farah initially because, you know, we were working together, but I just got to know Sophia a lot more. But she's super sweet. I like her a lot. I like them all.
Yeah. I do too, actually. I think I know there's been different articles like the show has a Nepo baby problem that, you know, and I know a lot of people make comments like they're already rich and, you know, do they actually work? Is this, you know, but you've said that everybody that's a part of the agency actually works.
Yeah. I was in the office twice this week. Everybody was there. We are not filming.
Do you ever get this? Because I'm sure you have listeners and you obviously have viewers nationwide. Do people think the agency is do they think it's real?
Well, they better know it's real. We have over like 100 offices worldwide. They better fucking know what's up. I mean, yeah, they better know. I don't know what you think, but you better ask somebody.
But do you ever get that feedback to people?
I think what people think is that what they see on the show is all that we are. And we can't capture every single office. The show focuses on us in Beverly Hills. There's a lot more that you guys don't see, which we want to show. But the first season, it was COVID. We couldn't, you know?
Yeah, right. You couldn't show.
There's things that you just can't. I mean, it's impossible to capture everybody, but it's pretty big. It's pretty large. We have an annual conference every year called Forum where we all get together. And it's like four days of, you know, conventions and speaking. And then we have a big blowout party at the end. And it's like, wow, like these are all agents.
I worked for a realtor
agency,
when I first moved to DC, and he staged every goddamn home we sold. It was, and I hauled furniture from one goddamn storage unit, hung over at 24 to the next damn place, and we staged it. But realtors are so much fun, and realtors need reality shows because there's the best dramas. They talk shit about each other. They're competitive. I mean, they are. Yeah. Great for television.
There's so many things that happen in one phone call. My day can go from here to here. I can get good news, or I can get news that something is like canceled. It's done. So like, I'm actually pretty scared of answering my phone most of the time because I don't know what's it gonna be. Yeah.
Well, and they're moody. And honest to God, you earn every commission. I don't know how you deal with the sellers.
Absolutely.
Like these people, you have to be their goddamn therapist. And the attachment people have to their homes.
Yeah.
First of all, if you said to me, you can make $4 million off this home, I would be like, let's get it up. Let's get it. I don't care. Get the goddamn sage.
Yeah.
Whatever you like to me. But people are so attached to their homes. And it's very emotional.
Yeah, because I mean, most people they've raised their families in their home. They've seen their kids come and go, so it can be a very emotional process. But some people, it's just a business transaction as well. So it just depends on what the motivation is.
So is selling Beverly Hills like actually fun, or are these people a nightmare?
Yes. I have, I've had good and bad situations. I wouldn't even say bad. I would say challenging. But that's just part of navigating relationships. There's so many different personalities. I've had some clients, I'm like,
I'd be like, bitch, your 1962 goddamn Gucci pillow that's riddled with moths. We're getting rid of this shit.
It's a lot of deep breaths and just trying to understand. Okay, what's your motivation? What are we doing here? Okay, so you said you wanted to sell, but this is stopping us from selling.
So good. Yeah. Isn't the best part though going into people's homes? I'm with you. I love. I mean, it is. I moved here 2 years ago, and my favorite thing to do is drive through Bel Air and Beverly Hills and look in neighborhoods and the Palisades. I mean, it is so. I have to say that was the best part of being a realtor's assistant when I did it in a stager. It was so fun to go into people's homes and see how they live.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, by the time we get in there, everything is out. But like.
That's true. Yeah. Most people now sell. Do they stage anymore, or most people sell?
Mostly everything is staged now because you have to. I mean, you want to create a taste level and that aspiration for the consumer. So that takes, let's take your stuff out. Let's put some other stuff in. Yeah. Or sometimes the seller's already gone.
Yeah, they've already moved out. Yeah. What is the most? Tell me about the best real estate porn you have ever walked into here in Beverly. I just went to an $80 million home in Beverly Hills, and they had a fundraiser for some political party. And I thought they've really invited the wrong person. I ain't giving these people 2 nickels, but okay. I'm thinking,
if we're an $80 million home, you don't need my money.
They were like, hello, we're looking for donors for the LGBTQ plus. And I thought that is lovely, but you ain't getting 2 pennies out of me. I don't know why I'm here. Right. But the house was you couldn't even make it. The kid, it was like a Kim Kardashian situation where they had this whole playground for the kids that was like old Western, and then like a real life-size, dollhouse.
This is in Bel Air, you said?
Beverly Hills.
Beverly Hills, yeah. I mean, that's the favorite part of my job. I have seen, it's starting to like run together at this point, but I've seen so many amazing houses. Like I still pitch myself. I'm like,
does one stand out? Do you ever go to one and you're like, oh, this is another level?
Beth, I can't even remember. It's just so many. We had a listing up in the hills at the agency, and it was just like all glass, and there was like live plants in it as well. It's almost like a big atrium, but it was a home. Oh my That was like one of the best homes I've ever seen.
The other one, I'm gonna have you call Josh Flagg and pretend that I can afford Judy Garland's house that's for sale for $11 million in Bel Air. I've always wanted to go in that house.
Let's set it up.
All right,
send me proof of funds. Because Josh is not letting us in there.
Josh is looking. Where are the zeros? Where are the zeros?
That says $11. This house is $11 million.
Oh my God. Tell me, I've met Mauricio and Kyle at Homeless Not Toothless, which is a whole nother. It was the best. I went, they had a Homeless Not Toothless fundraiser. Dory set it up.
From the show.
Sharon Stone was there.
Okay.
It was, all the women were there. It was epic. And they were like shooting, for the show, and you could buy a ticket. So my other podcasting friend who I adore, we got tickets. We went, we sat right next to Mo and Kyle.
Okay.
And it was great. And the guy that runs it gets up there. He goes, I know there's controversy about the name, about people being homeless but not toothless, but I really help people without teeth. I was enthralled. He isn't changing it because now it's such good branding.
Run with it, yeah.
He's got to roll with it now. He can't change it because no one's going to care about the "you have no teeth" foundation. Now it's all homeless,
not toothless. Yeah,
it's so good.
Toothless, not homeless. That was so funny.
Oh my God, Kathy is the best. But Mo has to be a genius, I would think, of a boss. What makes him good at real estate?
He is such a connector.
Oh, that's good. I can see that.
He's been at this so long. He's delivered from every price point. He just knows so much about being a professional like agent. We have sales meetings every Tuesday, and I always look forward to him being there. But he's so busy, so sometimes he's not. But when he's there, I make it a point to be there. I'm there when he's not, but when he's really there, I'm there too. But he just has like nuggets of information, and he can just pull on something that something that he's done, something that he's achieved, a lesson. I think he has a book as well if you haven't read it yet. But
I've never.
He just has so much information.
Is the book like his biography / real estate? Or okay.
It's called. I believe it's called The Deal Maker.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's clearly good at what he does.
Yeah.
I mean, and I would imagine it sounds like they started from humble beginnings. So I have to imagine, the first home he sold was not necessarily. Although I know he worked for Rick, so maybe it was always high end. But I would imagine they have sold.
I think
at all price points.
He always says that he sold the most $20 million and up homes. In that range, he sold the most of them. He always boasts about that.
I don't blame him.
But it's a big brag.
Yeah. How do you think? I mean, do you feel like Kyle and Mo's relationship overshadowed this season, or you think that it was necessary? Because your show is real estate porn and your drama, but I mean, really, a lot of people tuned in for that.
I think it's a nice mix of both. I mean, you still got our personal stories and our personal journey, but I mean, that's something that happened in their lives, so it's up to us to show it. We have to showcase what's happening in our lives and be honest about that. How
did you feel like you could best support the girls? I mean, they got very emotional on the show, so I have to imagine there were emotional days in the office. Like, I mean, you're in a tough spot, right?
Yeah.
How do you?
Yeah, I didn't know how much to address because I figured people were reaching out to them, so I just tried to, I'm here, or I don't want to bombard you with text messages because I know that everybody's texting you right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just try to, be maybe an escape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I love that you want to be in the entertainment business too, right? You don't want to do just real estate. You also want to do entertainment.
Yes.
So if you could wave a magic wand, what is your next Hollywood 5 years look like?
I want to do more TV, more media. I want an HGTV show.
Yes, I heard you say that.
I'm manifesting that. And I'm going to be pitching something soon. I'm working on some things.
Okay, don't give away the idea because everybody steals all the ideas, and they do. They steal all the ideas in Hollywood. I once pitched a show to a production company called The One That Got Away, which was going to find your first love, and then 6 months later they produced it without me.
Wow.
So yeah, that was a tough lesson.
Yeah.
I never had them sign an NDA. I never had them sign a development agreement. I didn't have an agent at the time. So
I hear stories about that all the time. That's scary.
Oh, I went in and they were like, yeah, we want to hear your pitches. And I gave them 3 pitches and that one showed up on TV 6 months later. That was probably...
What did they tell you about the pitch?
Nothing. They never called me again. They deleted my number.
Oh, wow.
I was like...
like there was no feedback?
Oh, wow. I'm like, I'm suing you.
That's the worst.
You're like, click. So don't give it away. I never tell my concepts because people, it's, there's sort of this saying that everything's been done. So like your little tweak is valuable because most concepts have been done. But you're drawn to the HGTV type shows.
Yes. I mean, I work with primarily first-time home buyers a lot, and there are questions that they have a lot, and I want to be able to address that for the masses as well.
Do you think that home ownership is even possible for all of us that are 40 and under? Like, be honest, we're never owning a home, are we?
Well, it kind of depends on where you live.
Oh, I got to move to fucking Kansas?
Yeah.
Great. Terrific.
Oklahoma.
No offense to our Kansas and Oklahoma viewers. Great. So now I'm going to move to Oklahoma.
I might be right behind you.
Okay, can you be honest about this, though? When you sell homes to young people, what do they actually do for a living? Or are their parents co-signing?
I mean, you have a lot of creatives now. So you have a lot of TikTokers and content creators who are getting big checks from these big brands. So there's money to be made there, and they are making it. We have clients who have very rich parents, too, who can pay in cash.
But like nobody would like a 9-to-5 job, right?
Yeah. I was just going over my client list. But yeah, there are traditional like 9-to-5ers as well who've saved to achieve that dream.
I know. It is.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, look, California is unique. I tell people, unless you are going to be in Hollywood tech, you are been hired by Amazon, don't move here. Like, I mean, why would you live here? It is the craziest place to start a business. They're not friendly to business owners. And, you know, everything is insanely expensive. Yes, if you're a TikToker, I think you need to be here, a YouTuber, a creator like that. But otherwise, if you're an accountant, you do not need to live here. You
go to Oklahoma. Stay in Oklahoma.
Go to Oklahoma. It's just not there. Right. I mean, why would you move here, right? But that is interesting. Okay, so they're becoming creators, and those types of people do have enough money that they are buying $1 million homes.
Big business.
I do hear that everywhere I go.
And the bigger the profile, the bigger the check. My boyfriend works in branding and talent management, so I know what they're making. What's coming across,
How about any OnlyFans? Like, because I'm thinking about that. Like,
well, that's what I meant by content creator.
Oh, is that what you meant by content? Well, stop! You should have said that.
That's content.
Get out of here. Yeah. So they're only, I'm thinking they're on here making TikTok soup. You're like, no, you're showing your twat, girl. Yeah. Okay, so a creator, so these OnlyFans creators are making so much money out here. They're the ones buying homes. Oh my God, I'm getting into
them, TikTokers, social media, overall.
In general, they're looped in that. Yeah. Oh my God, I got to launch my Foot account. I've got it.
You got to get them feet out there. Get them dogs out there. What you waiting for?
Nothing. I do just too many moral. I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm like, God, do I want my family seeing this? But I guess who cares?
Put a mask on. That's what everybody's doing.
Mask. God, that's what they do. Yeah. Oh God, that's amazing.
Make it with a mask on.
Okay, so your HGTV show. I love this. Any drama that you feel you want to clear up from the show that wasn't shown?
No, not really.
You think
I missed all there. I'm very proud of the show. I'm very happy with how everything turned out. I didn't know how funny everybody was. I'm like, why you guys are so funny? Because we're in the office, we're in the thick of it. We don't really have time to. I mean, we socialize, but it's a different level. So, and I don't necessarily get to see everything that they film, things that I'm not in. So I just felt like everybody brought it. I was so entertained, and I'm very proud of it. But no, I don't have anything to clear up. Everything I said, I mean.
That's good.
And
if you can stand by that, that's pretty good. Because, yes, I'm sure reality TV people, I do, that second guess everything and want things edited. I just think that's the worst. Just say it and stand by it. And if you
don't say it, and it doesn't have to be edited.
Yes, and all of us are going to say things. So if you mess up, just apologize. You know what I mean? And move on. Like, that to me is like, okay, I said it. I shouldn't have said talk shit about you or whatever.
I mean, sometimes I have those thoughts when I'm like, what did I just say? What just happened? Oh my God! Like the scene with me and Ben when we got into it at the bar. I was after that was done. I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna hate to see that back. And I did watch it through my hands, but I meant it in the moment. I meant exactly what I said.
Yeah.
I just hate that I went there.
Well, in reality TV, you have to really truly be yourself.
Yeah.
You have to.
That's what I got. And after a few drinks, you're uninhibited.
What advice did Mo give you? Because, there's always been talk that Kyle Richards is like one of the other producers on RHOBH, that she's that good, with knowing good television. I mean, is Mauricio like that? Did he kind of tell you or coach you guys? Not like fake, but I'm saying is he a producer like that?
He is not. He just wants us to be authentic and ourselves. So I don't get those kind of notes from anybody.
Oh, really?
We really show up and just do it. Yeah.
Because he's so good on TV now, too. I'm like, gosh, I wonder if he's a little mastermind behind the scenes.
Yeah, no, there's no ghost producers.
None.
And I'm not surprised by how good everybody is, but it is kind of like shocking. I'm like, wow, we are. I'm not an actor. None of us are actors. So, to put it out there like that, I'm very happy with the results because it's really good. Like I would watch this show if I wasn't on it.
Well, and not knowing you, I truly thought with your dance background that you always wanted to be on television. And so you're right, to your point. And I think Ben, they're actual true realtors. So I'm not sure if their intention was to ever be on television, but they are, I think, better than you think they're going to be.
Yeah, everyone's an actual agent. We all do this on and off camera. And I don't think anybody intended to take this route, but you get opportunities and you roll with it.
Yes. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Do you think that you're going to sell Morgan, Wade, and Kyle their first home?
Next question. You won't get me, Laura. I'm a professional.
Oh, okay. Well, moving on. Do you have a favorite Morgan Wade song you want to? Okay. Tattoo, maybe?
I wish her well. I wish well for everybody. I want everybody to get what their heart desires.
Me too. Look, I'm ready for them to come out. I mean, look, I love a hot lesbian couple. I do. Don't you? I mean, maybe not your...
I cannot do this.
You love a hot gay
I can't.
Oh, we've got to move on. Okay. Well, anyway, I love a hot lesbian couple.
I love lesbians. I'm gay. Yeah.
And nothing's better than a woman that is a lesbian at 50. I mean, I'm telling you, don't, right?
What do they call that? A late in life lesbian?
Late in life. Late in life les.
Yeah.
And they are the best, I swear.
You know any?
Well, so many.
Okay.
That's why I feel like it is true and going to work. I cannot even tell you how many women that I know, and I went to an all-women's college.
Okay.
Oh, Lord, honey, the amount of them that think they're straight and then they turn 40, they get divorced, and 50, and they are the hardcorest lesbians you've ever met.
Gosh.
And they usually stay married to their partners.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a real deal.
It
so
is.
we wish everybody well.
Yeah. Everybody.
Okay, I think this was good. I want you to promote. Basically, Brandon is the podcast.
Brandon.
You think you're going to do recaps? I think this is genius.
I am. I'm going to start doing recaps of the show. I'm going to start with season 2, and then we'll go back and do season 1.
Okay, great idea.
And I'll have friends on, maybe a castmate. We'll see.
Oh, you should. I would like to hear you interview the girls. You know, that would be good. Even and your other, all of them actually. That would be very interesting.
We'll do that.
That would be
we'll find a way to make it happen. We got 10 episodes. Okay. I might have to double up on a few. We have a lot of castmates.
Bring them all in. Bring them all in.
Who are your favorites besides me?
I like Alexia. Yes. I didn't quite catch that. Look, and I was going to. I was going to say you last. No, that's so terrible.
A Brandon.
Well, Brandon and I actually like Sophia and Alexia a lot. And then who is the one that flirts with
Melissa?
Yes. Okay. Yeah. But who's the really hot guy that's kind
Adam.
of, oh God, he is gorgeous.
Right.
He very hot. Yeah. So Adam, I like just to look at. I couldn't tell you 3 things he says.
So we used to have, there's 2 Adams on our team. And so we would call Adam Big Adam.
Wait, because he's tall or something else?
It's because there's another Adam.
Oh, I thought there was like another good story about
Big Adam is what we call him.
All right, I was hoping for like something else about
with a deep voice. Big Adam.
Have you thought about OnlyFans? You thought about being a content creator?
Just with my voice. I'll do like phone sex. Maybe.
You should do phone sex. You'd make so much money.
I should. I'm just gonna talk down here for the rest of the interview.
Even on your HGTV show, that could be really good. Like just like this dirty, deep Brandon, and then telling people what to do in their homes.
So we got to think of a title then. Something dirty but clean.
I know.
Come back to that.
We'll be here all day. Oh my gosh. No, I like the show too, and I think look. I said to you, I would be mad if I were Bravo because I thought the best scenes were the scenes of the family, the girls. They're very loyal to Mo too, which I thought was great. Clearly, it's their dad, you know, but I think that really brought you guys a whole new audience. And then I think everybody on there is good. I feel like finding their own on season 2.
Yeah.
Better voices, you know,
you watch
more
season
drama.
1 too?
No, I'm a season 2 fan too. Like I just got on board.
Okay.
I like some real estate shows, but I like the real meaning too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I like your real storyline. So that's what drew me to.
Do you watch any other real estate shows like $1 Million Listing or Selling Sunset?
I watched Selling Sunset
I'm interviewing you now. I'm sorry. I'm asking you questions.
No, please interview me. You're a podcaster. I started out watching Selling Sunset and I loved it. Like I loved season 2 for your show because I thought it started out really true to them and their storylines, and you got to know the brothers. Yeah. But then I thought it jumped the shark. I just thought it became about the girls' outfits, and I don't know.
Right.
It just
and people compare our shows all the time. They are our Netflix partners. They're very supportive of us, but I think it's a very different show. Our shows are very different.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, Jason Oppenheimer seems like he wants to just fuck everybody in the office. So Mo doesn't. I don't really get that vibe from Mo. I don't. I think Mo's much more respectable. I know there's some office antics, but I mean, Jason Oppenheimer to me, I enjoy them both, the twins, but it just seems like the women come out and these people do dress crazy in LA, but they really don't dress like that to show a house.
We don't really dress like that.
No, like most realtors don't.
That's the brand. It makes for great TV. That's what people tune in to see. They want to see the dolls.
They do. Yeah. They do for that.
And they deliver. And those girls are making fucking money. Like they
right. And they're really buying these homes.
It, yeah.
Well, Brandon, we love you. Congrats on
Thank
all your
you.
success. It's terrific. I love you are a Hollywood story, which is amazing. You know, to come out here. Yeah, you really are. You're making it happen. I mean, most people never even land on a show, let alone 2 seasons. That's huge.
I appreciate it. I'm blessed. I'm just trying to keep it going.
Oh, I didn't even ask you. Yeah. Well, okay. By the way, before we leave, where did you grow up? Like, what did you, I remember? I should have started with that, but you got me with the podcast. I'm like, I love a fellow podcast.
I'm from Phoenix, Arizona. I moved here in July of 2010, so it'd be almost 14 years for me. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. And it's been a journey.
Really?
Yes.
In what way? Like, what happened when you first?
It's just like I originally came here as a dancer, so I was doing that. I was living in like an artist house with like 20 people. That should have been a reality show. Like 4 sets of bunk beds in one room, and all those people, they were like actors, creators. Everybody was just here trying to make it. We had a terrible person who was like the landlord who would eat our food and fuck on the girls. It was a lot. It was just a lot, and I refused. I would not let my parents know where I was. They thought I was like living with roommates in a traditional apartment, but I was like secretly going through it. But I eventually clawed my way out of that. It's just been like constant clawing.
That makes for the best, though. Then every big win you get, you appreciate it so much. You're so grateful, and I think you respect and are grateful for the money. Because I always think when I've gone through hard times, and then when the money flows again, you're like, thank God. And I'll never be as crazy with it as I was. Yeah. Did anybody become super famous from that house that you lived in?
There's some pretty big like content creators, but not anybody like on TV. No. Okay,
so the house was a shithole, and then you're the star. You became the star. Okay, there you go. That's good.
And I don't even think about myself in that way until I said, I'm like, oh no, it's me.
It's you.
Wow, that's crazy.
You're the star.
Shit, I never thought about that.
Right?
Damn.
And you made it.
Wow.
It's really good. I know what you're saying, though. I mean, in a way, I feel like I've made it in some ways, but you just want the checks to be bigger. You're like, where are the zeros here?
Yeah,
where are
the... try to like enjoy the journey, but where is the money? What the fuck is the money? You know?
Well, that's the thing. People think, like I just scored this first interview with Drake Bell, right? From Nickelodeon's like Quiet on Set. And people
I need to watch that.
Oh my God. If you and I are like a little bit older, I think, than for the shows, but if you were a millennial too, I'm assuming. Yeah. And so people loved those shows, like The Amanda Show, Drake and Josh, all that. And when you find out what was really going on behind the scenes, it's so crazy. But anyway, you have these big moments in Hollywood. You land a show, and then people automatically think that you're just like rich, and you're like, let me give you a tour of my 2-bedroom.
Right, come in my 600 square foot loft.
I know, right? It's very hard. It's much harder. The game has changed a lot. And to your point, it's like OnlyFans and those TikTokers and YouTube, they're the ones sort of making the big money. And people on traditional TV, it's a lot harder.
I'm taking my clothes off.
I know. I'm telling you, you and I'll do it. Here, we'll do a podcast together and then fuck and then just,
That was amazing.
I don't know. It might take us a long time to get there, but that's we'll just keep them.
We'll figure it out.
We'll keep them locked in.
I know how to persevere. I know how to I can set my mind on a target and accomplish a goal.
And I just never shut up, so I'll just keep talking until something happens. Oh God.
You're so funny. It's amazing.
Well, I love to have fun with my guests. Yes. I do. I really do. And I want you to be the best yourself and enjoy it and have fun. And there's too many serious interviews. You're a podcast host and stuff. Don't you hate doing serious?
I don't want to do fucking true crime or any of that shit.
No, let's get to it.
And there's an audience for that. It's just not me. I want to laugh. I want to have fun. I want to have a good time.
Me too. And we want to I want to talk about sex and the truth and how are you really making your coins and what's really happening, because we're all in it, in this struggle and creation here and the whole thing,
Absolutely.
Tell us one last thing. Your boyfriend.
Yes.
How long have you guys been together?
A year and some change. Yeah.
Okay, so things are still going well. Yeah. You guys are happy.
Things are going well. We have a bit of a weekend thing. I live downtown. He lives in North Hollywood, and that's not far from each other. But there's a little thing in between that's called the 101, and that thing gets backed up. So we do like a Friday to Monday thing.
Oh my God, I love it. Friday to Monday.
It's the best. We get to have our lives during the week. And it's really the best when you're having a little spat. You're like, you know what? I'll see you next Friday. Yeah. I'll see you next Friday. And we still talk on the phone and everything, but it's like, I get that distance. I mean, some things are going to change when we move in together.
It's true.
That's a whole other thing, but I like our little thing. It works for us. It's going great. And he's the best. He's super funny. He's super spicy. He got a few moments on the show, too. We actually filmed more that didn't make it. We had a whole date night scene. We shut down an arcade. It was super fun.
Oh,
and we
my
were just
God.
talking about everything. You saw a little clip of it, but we didn't get to see the whole thing. That's fine. He'll be back for season 3 if they renew us.
You will. You're getting a renewal.
Yeah.
I mean, because I think a lot of people are talking about this season.
Yeah,
So I think you
I'm
got
happy,
a lot
yeah.
of eyeballs.
I check it on like social media, TikTok and Twitter, and people are talking. Like, that's a good sign. I think we got up to number 4 on Netflix.
I mean, I have to imagine that's very hard considering they put out.
Last year, our highest was number 6. So we're climbing up there.
Yeah, this season was great.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, I think the personal stuff really did,
It did help.
bring in an audience. And I think you need that depth, which you guys absolutely
Leave
had.
a little scandal.
And leave a little scandal. Oh my God, we want more scandal.
More
honey.
scandal. What am I going to do?
We'll come
Who
up
am I
with
gonna
something,
fuck,
believe
okay?
me. Well, Mauricio be a star.
Right.
You know, that could be a good storyline. That would be a good one. That could be.
I'll work on it.
Good drama. Yeah, we'll work on that. Oh my gosh. Well, wishing you so much success. And everyone should check out the podcast. I love you. You have a very soothing, I don't know if you've ever, I mean, you're fun like I am too, but you could also do a meditation calm app.
I should try that.
We could go to bed with Brandon.
Go to bed with Brandon.
Yeah. You see, you have, you have that
It's
sultry.
either down there or it's really up there. There's no in between. Either I'm chill or I'm excited.
I know.
Yeah.
But the chill is very calming.
Okay.
Yeah, your AMA episode was so good. It was very.
Oh, you really listened. I love that. Thank you.
Yes. Well, I try to do my
Keep it
research here
going.
on the Sarah Fraser
Yeah,
show. Have you
right.
have you had? Wait till you have a guest on, or you go on someone's show and they really have no clue. It's the way you just.
No idea who you are.
They're like, oh, wait, I thought you were on. Weren't you on this show? And
Selling
you're like,
Beverly Hills.
No.
That's my favorite. Selling Beverly Hills.
Selling Beverly Hills. Yes. Now you on Selling Beverly Hills. Yeah, people don't know. I hate that. I always if I'm going to have a guest, I try to do as much research. I really want to even get like a more deep dive because Howard Stern is my favorite because they're notorious.
I love Howard Stern.
Oh,
I'm
I
a
love
huge
Howard and
Stern
Robin.
fan. Yeah. His
Greatest.
interviews are so thought out, so well researched. It's like, who's doing this? He knows everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
His secrets and tips, I mean, they have their producers call former agents and they get stories. So when people come on, they go, tell me about that story, that time you were with Mick Jagger, that time you were doing this. And then the person's always like a little cough, like, how'd you know that? Yeah. And that's what I think makes a great interview because
I agree. You got to have those details.
you do, because a lot of us, and that's what I always enjoy getting people on a subject talking about like OnlyFans or sex. It's because it opens people up. Maybe you're
That's
like,
why I like OnlyFans, because it opens people up.
that's why I enjoy asking you about OnlyFans. But at least it's something different than the kind of canned.
Yeah.
I hate those interviews.
Same. I want to see some personality.
Me too.
We did good.
Oh, we did a great job. Come back, please. Come back.
Oh, I would love to.
Talk.
You're gonna come on mine.
I will be on yours. I am obsessed. Any television. I watch so much TV. I
Okay.
don't know if you're into documentaries or other reality shows, or you let me know. I love.
Okay, it's on.
Oh my God, anything and pop culture, any topics, any other Wendy topic. We should try to get Wendy's son on. We'll do a joint
I got some
podcast.
questions for him.
Me too. I have so many. Oh God. Anyway, okay. Always. We could sit here all day.
We're good.
Podcast studio. The guy that's running the place is like, he's over here like giving us the rap. It's like, okay, all right. Brandon Graves, obviously, Buying Beverly Hills, season 1, season 2, now streaming on Netflix. Everybody needs to go watch.
Please watch.
Please watch. Basically, Brandon is the podcast. What days do you put out new episodes?
Every Wednesday.
Every single Wednesday. Subscribe. That's key in our business.
Yes, please help me out.
Help you
Trying to
out.
change my life.
Me too. Help us out,
Help
for
us
God's
out.
sakes. Help us out. We'll see you soon. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So much fun.
So much.